Thank you, Devin, for that. And we're happy now to be joined by Bill Vankis of the Rhinelander ADRC of Oneida County. Thanks for coming in, and we're going to be talking brass tacks today.
There's only a couple of things in life that are certain, and one of them is taxes, and here it comes, right?
Oh, boy. So, tax season, for those of you out there wondering, is coming up. And thankfully, Bill's here to hopefully squash a little bit of the fears that you might have heading into the season.
Okay, well, first fear is how much is it going to cost me to have my taxes prepared? and we do it for no cost. And the only way we can do that is there's really 4 parties that come together to make this happen. The IRS supplies the software for us to do it. They also do we have to do testing through them. They provide all of that.
Okay.
The AARP Foundation supplies the computers, the printer, the ink, the paper, all of that. The ADRC allows us to use the rooms at the facility, plus they do all of the appointment scheduling for us. And then the 4th part is volunteers. There's 9 of us this year that are doing it that will come and volunteer to do them. So without all of that, you know, obviously you can't do it for free, but we're able to do that. So we're looking forward to it. We actually enjoy it. It seems
you enjoy the taxes.
Oxymoron or something like that. But statistically, about 80% of the people get a refund. And with our group, it's probably more like 90. So it's not all bad news, you know. And most of the time you want to file so that you can get your refund back. So that's a good news thing. So we'll do the federal return, we'll do the state return. About 1/3 of our people that come in qualify for a homestead tax credit, which is a state program for lower income people. If you have income below $24,680, or you can have more if it's earned, then you can subtract your medical premiums if you pay for insurance. But if you get below that number, you may get some money back from the state, and it applies to property owners and to renters if you rent from a landlord that pays property tax. So if you lived in one of the senior buildings here that don't pay property tax, you know, they're a tax exempt, then you couldn't get it. But if your landlord pays taxes, they assume that part of the rent that you're paying goes for offsetting the taxes that they're paying, so that you can still get it as a renter. So we'll file all of those. We'll e-file it for them, and that's, I mean, last year they were getting their refunds in a week or less. It was just unbelievable. You know, I mean, they have really got their act together on processing those. As long as they're all, you know, it's all with the computer. You don't have to have it sitting on somebody's desk.
Yeah. If someone's going to come in and kind of get help from you guys with this, what is everything that they need to or should bring in?
Oh, well, that's a good. First of all, what they do is they would call the ADRC and they'd schedule an appointment. And then they'll be instructed that they have to come in to pick up an envelope before their appointment. And in that envelope is an intake sheet, and it'll walk them right down it. Do you have any W-2s? Do you have any interest statements? Do you have any dividend statements? Do you have any pension? Do you have any... Did you sell any stock? It just walks them right through it. So it's a very good checklist for bringing that in.
Gotcha.
And then as far as most people now are taking the standard deduction. A few years ago, they about doubled the amount of it, which the standard deduction is you can itemize all of your deductions and then you compare it to the standard, and whichever one's to your advantage, that's the one you get. Well, when they doubled the standard one, I think out of the 350 returns that we do, on average, less than 4 or 5 of them are even itemized anymore. So that takes a lot of time off the you know, if you don't, they used to come in with shoe boxes full of, you know, receipts and all that good stuff. So that's really helped.
So those days in the past, pretty much then.
Yes, yeah. So, and that's another point. We schedule 1-hour appointments. So there are some things we can't do. We can't do certain businesses. We can't do things with depreciation. There's some things that are out of scope for us. The other thing that would be out of scope is, say somebody was a day trader and they've got just a gobs of paperwork where you know it's going to be impossible for one of us to enter that all in within an hour. We're going to have to decline them, just simply because to spend 2 or 3 hours with them deprives 2 other people or so of getting the taxes done. So we do it with that. But it's fun. You know, we can't take any tips or anything, you know, anything like that. And I'm not soliciting anything. But they are lenient on baked goods. So we will have people, we will have these very nice ladies that will bake us a banana bread or something like that. So we're well taken care of.
Much more worth it than money.
Oh, it is, and that's really what we see a lot of the same people year after year. So it's almost like reconnecting with friends again, So when they first come in, I mean, first we talk a little bit, catch up for the year, and then we'll do their taxes. So it really is a low pressure, friendly environment. We try to do everything to, and especially older people, and I laugh when I say that because I are one, but anyway, take it real serious, and they want to get that done, and they're kind of stressed out until they get that. And in many cases, they don't even have to file anymore. Their income is low. But it's just ingrained in them all these years that that's a duty that they need to do. So when we can relieve that stress, that's a great feeling too. So.
Well, that's fantastic. I'm glad you're putting those fears to rest. And for people wanting to come and participate in this, get their taxes filed, when and where should they be going?
Okay, for Rhinelander, they should be calling the ADRC. And the number is 715-369-6170. We also have sister sites, one in Eagle River and one in Minocqua. That's in our district, District 6. And they have separate numbers. So there, I think they do the taxes at their libraries, but there'll be numbers there that are published where they can call as well to make appointments up there. I mean, virtually all the cities, there's probably 100 tax aid sites in Wisconsin. I think there's like 3,000 in the country. So, I mean, we are all over the place. So.
Well, fantastic. Thanks for coming in this morning, Bill. We really appreciate you taking the time and, putting us all, I feel a little better at ease, honestly, knowing a little bit more about filing taxes as well.
And that there's people that can help.
Right. And it's half joking, but it's half correct. People come in and they're a little hesitant about filing taxes because they don't want to tell the government how much money they've made. The government knows how much you've made. Every W-2, every 1099, everything, they get that. What we're really doing is coming up with ways to reduce your taxes, if you think of it in that regard. So we're really not tipping our hand to the government, other than maybe some cash income, but strangely enough, very few people have that to report.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for coming in and telling us all about it.
Thanks so much.
Thank you for allowing us to get the word out so that people know that we exist. And they can make appointments now in January. We don't start doing taxes until February. Okay. So we'll do February, March, and half of April. But they can start contacting the numbers and start making appointments right now.
Well, fantastic.
Well,
thanks for coming on.
Okay, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
And coming up, we have what's trending, including a class action.